Hello, hello. Yeah, I can hear you, but I can't hear you on stream. Also, I'm a bit loud.
Well, let me just go ahead and unmute myself there then. 1 second. Okay, that should be better.
Okay, testing.
That sounds pretty good.
I'm a bit higher than you.
Maybe just a notch down there then. Okay. That should be more or less evened out.
Testing.
Mic
Yeah, I
check,
think
1,
that's
2.
pretty good. Good, good.
Alright, well, we are in the overtime of qualifying for the very first week of our Fayoist Fast and Furious League. Let's
Hottest.
get, there you go, let's get over to the scene and watch
Tattoos for you.
tattoos. So we are entering into our first lap of qualifying here.
Very nice, very nice.
Looks like we have 10 drivers minus myself on the grid tonight.
Nice, nice turnout. Everyone loves open wheelers. I know P-Man's been itching for this, and he's got a new setup.
We got P-Man coming back to the grid after,
Looks like a 3-month hiatus.
yes, something like that. It's been
6 months.
It's been a little while. I know he's been busy, so let's see, where is the...
I love open wheelers, but it is a pain to set up. It's mind games half of the time. Very
ground levels here. Skip scene, we're a little bit quiet.
I would say that.
Yeah, let's see. It's interesting. I installed the livery pack. I've got some people's liveries showing up and other people's not. The Xbox is showing up. The Hoonigan is there. Not sure. Yeah, something might have gotten a little jacked up with deliveries this week. Some people's are showing up. Looks like we got at least 2 that showed up. Others doesn't seem. No, fan doesn't matter. Yeah, interesting. I'm not sure. We might have to have that reset for next week, but
Yeah, we'll have to figure it out.
we got the Xbox and the Hoonigan at least representing.
Yeah, Hoonigan's nice.
Yeah, it's a good one. I like that a lot. Minimize that. It says everybody's on the outlap still. As I thought there had been a couple of times already said. There should have been already at least sometime set. Unless something got reset.
Get the live timings. Oh man, you need to try that picture-in-picture mode.
Picture-in-picture?
Oh yeah, that was on like an update. Let's see, Baloney's pulling out with a 143, coming out strong. And then we got John Gold with 144. That seems to be the average midfield.
Starting to see some lap times coming in here now. Yeah, Baloney taking the lead there with a 143.818, close behind his dragster with the 143.893. John Gold in third. It's a tight 144 battle between John Goldman B, Kevin Duty there. With Thor Prime not too far behind. Just like Misha and Dragster's making up some serious sector time there. Baloney as well. They're probably about to shed a little bit off their previously set 143 times. See what they can come up with. Yeah, shaking off at least a half second almost. Let's see what Baloney can pull off here in these last couple of turns as he passes pit entrance and comes across the starting line here. A low 143. He takes off a decent amount of time off of his previous lap, and looks like he's going to stay in first place standings to this qualifying lap as the other racers start to come in with their times. Everybody looking a little bit faster around there.
Yeah, I was gonna say some drivers are using medium, so it's gonna take a lap or two to warm up those tires. So yeah, P9's gonna probably go back into pits and get new wheels.
Yeah, we got most of the drivers on mediums. We got 3 on softs. P-Man, Dragster, Ben.
Yeah, but the best time is on mediums. It's crazy.
Yeah, Baloney. Ooh, it's a little wide out
Baloney's
there.
like handicapped already, and
Yeah, what is
he's gonna break 142.
what kind of setup does he got going on that car? running the mediums and coming in with the fastest time thus far.
I wish you could just steal someone's setup, man. Just to see.
Just to click on it, little Control C, Control V.
Man, it's gotta be stored somewhere, dude. I'm looking
Right?
forever for it.
Yeah, driver's having a pretty quick previous lap, looks like.
There's so
Over
many ways you could set
C.
up these cars too. You could set it up for the straights or for the turns, but I think it's like 60-40 straight.
Yeah, that is the really long straight coming around that last turn through the finish line up until T1 there.
Then you do a sharp turn followed by 2 more turns, so it evens out.
These cars don't feature any sort of active aero though, so they're, I mean, even though that straightaway there, might actually be a DRS zone, these cars don't actually have DRS if I'm not mistaken.
No, but the wing configurations for the front and rear, like, they can open up a turn a lot, but
Yeah.
they could also, like I said, it's 60% of the track is straight, like, you'll cost a lot of time.
Yeah. But that's just that's a hard set in the in your actual setup. There's no way to actually adjust that as you're navigating to the course. So
Yeah, that's why the setup's gonna matter a lot.
setup's gonna be. It's interesting, like you're saying, with the course being 60% straightaways. That does leave a lot of open interpretation of how you're gonna actually get the car set up. So
Yeah. I did around like 80 practice laps yesterday. It was not a fun time. It's fun driving, but setting up the car is just a Rubik's Cube. You change one thing, and 2 other things change.
yeah,
You have issues with the straight, and then you have issues with your tires, and then you're just not setting good times anymore.
yeah, it's hard to find a nice actual happy medium somewhere in between.
Yeah, but props out to the grid. It's like around 2 seconds apart. It's gonna be close.
Yeah, these times are split by the hundredths of seconds
Yeah.
in some places here, so in a lot of places.
You got to combine that with consistency and other drivers, so it's gonna be an interesting race.
It really should be. I'm imagining a lot of bunching up, but also a solid accordion effect whenever we do get to these long, big straightaways here. Be some good drafts, definitely some good opportunities for passing if you've got the pace.
You have your money on anybody yet?
Well, and yep, there AutoChem seems to agree with me, the P-man there. It's been a long-awaited return.
Yeah,
Return to glory. So
he's 110% focused right now. I bet he's got to prove something.
I know this is definitely his jam. It's his car. It's his race. I'm not sure exactly how he feels about the track. I'm sure he's out there
It
carving
grows
it
on
up
you.
just fine. So I'm expecting some pretty big things there. And just like that, look at him taking
Top of the grid.
pole or top qualifying by just What is that? Let me skip over.
Over,
Trying to figure.
just
Is that a
under a tenth of a
thousandth?
second.
Something like that. It's a very very close times, like we were just
Seven
saying earlier.
hundredths.
That's especially for such a longer track too. I mean, these cars are by no means slow. They're getting around that track pretty damn quick, and you're still seeing 143 laps there. 1 minute 43 seconds. That's not a short lap by any means. So there's a lot of room
Yeah,
for any small little mistakes, and the fact that you see such tight times on such a long lap is definitely an indication to the skill these drivers have. So
yeah. I think it's like just how much risk are you willing to take, and the more experienced drivers are
oh
taking more risk. Ooh,
oh, Misha took a little
too
too much
much
of a
risk.
risk there. Gonna see the sidewall, and I'm imagining we might see something similar
It's high
once these
risk, high reward.
racers, yeah, once these racers are really turning and burning, and we'll see if we don't have a couple eat the dirt, eat the sidewall.
Eat the air. I'm expecting some flips today.
Some slide outs, some little 360s, 540s, 720s, baby. It definitely could
Yeah.
happen. It's
Would you say
it's a knife's edge driving these cars, so.
would you say we're gonna have a more cleaner season than last season?
Well, I mean, last season was so many different, such a wide variety of vehicles on the grid at the same time. I mean, we saw what that Capri was doing, just sliding around everywhere, versus the
The
Porsche
donut
Speed
stamp.
Racer is on more or less on rails, but supposed to be on rails. So that just tends to lend to a lot more unprobability. Is that a word? Unprobability. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
where basically you can't really predict as well what the car in front of you or behind you is exactly gonna do, or what
Yeah, it's just gonna be
line they're gonna be taking, and where the
everything's
strength of the car
inconsistent.
is gonna shine on the track. So
Yeah, yeah, I hear you.
these, on the
Yeah,
other hand, the Tatis, the tattoo use, I mean, everybody's out there driving the same car, although setups, I'm sure, are gonna obviously play a big role. But I mean, everybody at least, I think, more or less knows what to expect and how to predict, and I feel like it's going to be a little bit more methodical, more well, obviously driver error prone, but the opportunities, I'm pretty sure, are going to be pretty clear and apparent when there are some. If there's not an absolute loss of control, which, like I said, with these cars with the knife edge, it's
yeah,
you've either
yeah.
got it, or you're
I
going into
think
the
we're gonna
rails. So
see less incidents but more tickets.
interesting.
So it's gonna be less crashing, but when they do crash, it's gonna be a
Yeah,
little bit
yeah,
more 50-50 than it was last season.
yeah, yeah. Those cars last season, you can more or less throw around these Tatuses. I don't know how much I don't know how much you really want to be pushing too much to the edge, as much as you could maybe with cars like that Capri. Maybe not so much the Pantera. I know the Pantera's got to be maybe somewhat similar
Oh,
experience, but yeah, these open wheelers, they're just completely different beasts. So
yeah, yeah. Do you prefer open wheelers over a GT3 or anything else?
you know, I really do like the open wheels. I'm not gonna lie. I miss slightly driving this season because yeah, I don't know. Open wheels kind of seem to be more or less my jam. It's just
Oh, dude, we should rotate you in
yeah, we'll see.
on the commentators team.
Commentators
It's
team.
totally worth it when we for 1 week. Yeah, you just get a free week, school everybody, and then go back to talking shit.
Yeah, I was over at Skip's house last night for the Halloween party, and I'd actually had, yeah, I've helped him set up his rig and all that, but I don't think I've actually ever even driven it. Mostly because we were just always busy setting it up. But he set me up in this car on his track last night and took it for a spin, and you know, it's a lot of fun. These cars are a lot of fun. The open wheels are. It is. It's just very much driving on the edge, and
Yeah, and you feel it. Yep.
that sort of high exhilaration is definitely my jam. So and also in VR it looks great. So
Oh yeah.
open wheels in VR, it's just you can look all. I mean you can always look all around you, but you're more or less enclosed in a cabin in most cars. But these open wheelers, I mean you can, especially whenever you're racing, and you can see like somebody's front tire getting close to your front tire whenever you're just going wheel to wheel, and
Oh yeah,
it's
yeah. You
it's a
could pretty
whole
much like
different.
lean your head forward if you if you want.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah,
Go
you
against the
literally
G-forces.
just lean right over the side and like, oh yeah, that's the ground right there. There's the
Yep.
tire. There's all the suspension. It's all flexing right in front of you. It's very exciting. It's fun stuff. So
Um, are you are you getting the new Oculus? What VR setup do you have?
man, I'm back on the original Rift. I kick it OG.
Ooh,
Yeah, I know it's about time to upgrade. So
that's, yeah.
VR technology has come a long way. So
It's good for racing that headset because it's so heavy. Like it's like your neck muscles are prepped.
right, it's like wearing a helmet almost.
You feel the G-forces.
Right.
I think you should leave it. Yeah.
All right. Take over 1 second. I'll be right back before we start this race.
Gotcha. Okay, let's see who we have up in front. Oh, so it seems like Dragster did beat the 142 barrier and is past P-Man at a 143 even. Oh, there goes the list. We got Baloney, Kev Duddy, Ben B, good position. Devin Fielder, Thor Prime, one of our newer drivers. See how he does in the middle of the grid. John Gold, one of our more experienced drivers. I think he likes being in the back. He likes it from behind. And we have Misha, one of our more experienced drivers. She has a lot of practice on this car, but surprisingly is in the back of the grid. So we'll have to see what happens. Kieran, your experienced driver, and Nick Rojas, Misfit surprisingly in the back, and then we have the 420 bus on the grid. Not on the grid, in pits. We're ready to go.
The misfit. I
The
see now.
Misfit. Yeah, that. Oh, that was his own comment. I was like, someone commented that that Misfit guy is fast.
That
Did not
misfit guy
know.
is fast.
Yeah, shout out to Misfit. I like how he's commenting in his own video, reading our own comments, and BATL's
That's
chatting with itself
pretty
within the
impressive.
chat.
Look at that. That's multitasking.
Yeah,
See, okay, so the lovely Supreme. Shout out to the
he's getting that
delivery
safety
makers.
rating. You know, it's
That's
not a bad deal.
that's
It does
looking good.
boost you up.
Misha and the Hoonigan. So we got Misfit in the one, Misha and the Hoonigan. I can't remember who else, but I mean we've got some liveries showing up and just others not showing up. So, anyways, we're about to be lights out here. So
First
let's
race of the
uh
season.
let's go about fifth place, Ben B. See see what happens here.
Okay.
They are off.
Great start from everybody. Looks like
Just
ooh, the back of the grid's a bit tight.
back to grid's coming pretty tight. Everybody's, oh, what the heck? Somebody
Racing
just
out. Oh,
some
rear-ended.
Somebody,
Oh, is
I
that
think.
gonna take out P-Man? That did take out P-Man. Oh man.
Oh, it did.
Predictions.
Wait, what? I don't know what happened there. I think somebody might have just lag spiked for a second there, and all of a sudden we just had one car into another. I do not know exactly what just happened there.
Yeah, I know P-Man wants to restart after that start.
Oh man, that is.
Useless qualifying, but
Oh, there's a little contact between
oh,
John
and more
Gold.
contact. Oof.
Oh baby. All right, everybody, getting the shakes out on this first lap here. I see. We've got a
Yeah,
couple of contacts. We've got a couple of lead changes. We still got Dragster up in first place. Ben B behind. Kevin Duty in third. Thor Prime in fourth. Kieran in fifth. Rojas in sixth. Misha in seventh. With John Gold right behind. Is that Devon? I believe that's Devon, right?
Kevin Fielder, I believe.
Oh, Dan, that's right. My bad. Sorry
Or
about that, Dan.
sorry,
He's in ninth, Valoni 10th,
no, that's
P-Man back in
Devon.
11th. Yes, I was see it was either Devon or Dan, and the Misfit behind. I mean, it's still a pretty tight group here. Everybody's, more or less around a second or so.
That's terrible.
Something happened here.
Yeah, I don't know, but
I don't know if he got pushed into pit row or if he had to actually serve a penalty stop. I'm not exactly sure.
tires are toasted, maybe. Don't want to start off with. Dude, just 12 more laps. Gotta tough it out. Whatever you get dealt with, can't make up a minute with new tires.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's running the mediums. I wasn't sure. I didn't think Sauce would be the jam. Thought maybe we'd even see some hards, but not so far as Rojas is
Off the
gonna
track.
eat a
Ooh,
little bit of grass there.
2 positions there.
Loses
It will
2
be a third.
behind Misha, moving up into 6th. John into 7th. John sticking right to Misha's tail. As Ben looks like he's going to have a little bit of a spin off. He's going to lose a place there, maybe 2 places. Dropping from 3rd down to 5th for Ben B. Kiernan moves into 4th. Misha might have had a little bit of a misstep there. She's going to move down as John Gold moves down to 7th. John Gold up into 6th. Valoni Rojas quick on the tail with P-Man making his way back up from that first lap debauchery.
Yeah, P-Man has got to go for at least 5th position here because when we do that reverse grid, it's going to get him that much further from the grid.
I am not sure, but he might be having some packet loss there or something. I don't know if that connection is all that stable. He seems to maybe stuttering. I'm not sure.
Oh, dude, he updated the setup, but if he's still on Wi-Fi or on some other shit,
That might be part of the problem. Is we've got Misha.
you can have the best wheel in the world, but if you have packet loss, it doesn't matter.
Misha is finding the line here and getting some serious pressure from Valoni. That's gonna no, and it's gonna clip right into the P-Man, and that's gonna be another accidente. They're gonna drop down to 9th and 10th place. Misha all the way back now into 12th after that accident. Very unfortunate.
Now you're here to drive. You're here to have fun. Let's see how many positions he can make up now. It's just tough with Dragster pulling away with 4 seconds ahead already.
Dragster is out there having his own race. heavy
Or is eyeing up
duty in
Kev. Yeah.
second place. Yeah, solid 3.8. Although it does have a one of its quickest laps so far. It looks like 1:45. Still a little ways behind, possibly making up some time.
It's possible with all the mistakes happening and the tire dig. Like, P-Man can bring it right back up.
Anything could still happen here. We are only 4 laps into this race.
Yeah, P-Man is only 2 corners from the rest of the field, so he's not that far behind.
We are starting to space out ever so slightly here.
The space out. It's not the space out exactly, it's the looking at your stats. It's looking at the mini map, looking at your tire temps, looking at the fuel remaining.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Check your gauges.
yeah, and the speed that these guys are going, it's just like texting and driving, man. It's not good.
Valoni looking like he had a little bit of a opportunity there. P-Man is just not having himself a great return back to the grid, unfortunately. Not exactly
Yeah,
sure what just happened there.
tires are
Possible
gone.
slide out of those tires, might just be roasted.
Two spin outs. It's gonna do that to you.
Yeah.
And he wasn't letting him pull down all the way. But what can you do when you're that far behind?
Yeah, I mean, these straightaways, I guess, allow for maybe a little bit of temperature drop on the tires, but I can't imagine if you're going at that speed, if it's actually dropping any sort of temps at all.
Yeah, P-Man does have a ping of 70, so we'll see. I will go for P-Man for the rest of the season now. He is my new favorite.
Yeah, some unfortunate instances there. Not exactly sure quite what happened.
Yeah, I don't think 2 of them were his fault. Second one, that clip into Misha, he could have avoided it, but it's very close. Ooh, got some smoke.
Yeah, definitely still seeing some parts of contention there where
It's trying to run away from Baloney, but
it's trying to, but also trying to save as much of those tires as possible. We're almost not even quite halfway through this race, and some of these tires might already be feeling like they're more than halfway cooked.
oh yeah.
More than halfway medium well at this point. Oh, Rojas
Rojas with the position change.
might have had a little.
Yeah, a little slip. He's going head to head with Devon.
A little bit of
Down
a
the
slide out
straight.
there. Oh, and Valoni is unfortunate. Man, I just keep
Oh man.
missing these at a just
You know what?
moment too
I
late.
would prefer it when you miss it because it's just not commentator's curse when you
Yeah,
miss it, you know?
not sure what happened there. I'm just gonna assume either a lockup or a slide out or a
I didn't
lockup
see
into a
anything,
slide out.
nothing on
No
the HUD.
collisions. It doesn't. I don't think it
Yeah.
was collisions. I think it was just
Oh, he's just
too hot
losing.
of tires.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Rojas tires just be burning. Kiernan tires be burning.
Oh,
It really is coming down to just.
Ben B got rid of Baloney, but now it seems that John's not happy about the position change, and I don't know if he could do anything about it.
Let's see. it's a really delicate dance of putting the pressure on, but also just making sure you don't absolutely
Leave yourself exposed.
lose that
Yeah.
grip and go either wide or spinning off and losing any and all progress that you may have made up. Like I said, it's quite the knife's edge driving these cars. Out and Misha's gonna have another little spin out. It looks like there.
Yeah, that's why I love these cars.
Oh, and Misfit's gonna. He's
Oh, the
just.
pressure. Yeah.
It is just. It is just a dance trying to get these cars. Yep. Just like that around these tracks now with the condition of these tires.
Yeah, as soon as the tires go, it's just you're riding on ice. It's undrivable.
And it is definitely giving these drivers a little bit of a challenge, as we see. Of course, Draxter's apparently got it all figured out. He's now pulled over 9 seconds away from Kevy Duty.
Yeah, and he just pulled a 1:43.834.
Yeah,
And
so there's a testament right there, because I'm sure he's not had to. I mean, he's up there coasting, not having to, have any lockups on the braking, have any overly, aggressive driving lines, because he's not having to really play defense or block anybody out from any sort of lanes, and I'm imagining that's doing wonders for his tires, because he's just leaving the rest of the pack in the dust there. So
yeah, his closest competitor is currently in P9, and that's P-Man. And P-Man does have the fastest time, but those unfortunate incidents take that all away.
a respectable shout out to P-Man for making it up to 9th place after the couple debacles he's had during this race, as Valoni and Kieran are having a nice little back and forth.
Oh, Meloni on the inside. Yeah, we just keep looking at other words for crash, man. But yeah. But yeah, props to P-Man for getting fastest laps. It's not easy, especially on worn tires like he does.
Yeah, if you're especially with all that extra added weight for all this gas, with extremely light vehicles such as the Tatus, all that extra weight from that extra gas is down. Gotta
You
make
need
that
it
car
sometimes.
just.
Oof.
There's a little slide off there. P-Man gonna move up into 8th.
Oh, Devon.
That's going to be a solid pass and solid maneuver, as P-Man's making his way back up from, I think, the back of the grid. He's back up into 8th place now.
Some time to make up.
He's got about, around 11 seconds before he can catch that 7th spot place from Kieran, sorry. But it looks like he's got a solid position change over Devon there to move himself up into 8th place. Kieran a little bit out there in no man's land. He's got 11 seconds behind him and at least 6 in front of him, 5 in front of him. Meanwhile, Valoni in 6th place with John 5th in front of him, Ben in 4th in front of John. They're in a tight little 3-way. Thor and Kevy Duty, meanwhile, Thor in 3rd, Kevy in 2nd.
He's been right on him, but just hasn't had the speed to go side by side.
They're having a pretty even pace there. Thor about a solid 1 second behind. All it takes is just the slightest little mishap from Kevy, and Thor could shoot right up there. We'll see. He's got, well, after these next couple of turns, only 2 laps left.
Yeah, and with the 14 lap race on medium tires that you know are barely going to make it, it's all about timing your highest point of performance on the race, not just having great times. You know your tires going to go out. You know that they're not going to be warmed up all the time. So you just have to time when you want your fastest times to go in. So who knows what these guys are doing, or maybe they're just driving for their lives.
Well, you know, I will say this: if any of these racers have anything left in their tires, these last 2 laps are the time to burn
Yeah,
the rest of them up, which we might just see here between this 4th through 6th battle between Ben, John, and Valoni, or possibly Kevy Duty and Thor Prime between the battle of 2nd and 3rd.
yeah, if it's close like this, I like to attack on the second to last lap and defend for the whole last lap, just because they weren't prepared for that, or they don't know my defensive maneuver. So these guys are cutting it close. I don't think there's anything they could do,
We'll
but
see.
they've been driving really consistent. Hats off to these guys.
It does seem like everybody's more or less found the rhythm, found their rhyme.
They found their pack, to be honest.
Yep, the packs are definitely.
You understand your driver. You know their ping.
Yeah, and you're able to follow that solid line, as Valoni might be following a different line to pull a maneuver there on John Gold. That Xbox one
like I said,
might. Oh, and there's some solid defense out of Valoni to just not give that inside back up. That Xbox is going to have a little bit of a lockup to break out of that encounter. And
he can toss the hottest around that corner just to get past him, but
he really did. That
have to do that one more time.
That might just be the move that sticks, as we've got lap 11 out of 12 just underway. Valoni might even be starting to take a look at Ben, see if he can't get. This is exactly what I was talking about. If you've got anything left in those tires there, Valoni, now would be the time to use them. As you can see, he's starting to. Oh no! Look at that. Thor Prime. Oh, I'm not. I think Kevy. See, and there's another livery that's showing up randomly.
What the heck?
Kevy Duty's livery is showing up, showing out. Looks like he might have fallen off, and Thor Prime's going to take 2nd place there, and as Ben B is now looking at the taillights of Kevy Duty, possibly looking at a 3rd place pass here as we are winding down our last 2 laps. Valoni still close contention in 5th place, right behind Ben B. What happened to John Gold? Might have just
last lap.
Might have just had one. Oh, and then Ben B is gonna move up on Kevy Duty. Oh, watch the contact there. Valoni is gonna have an unfortunate little dip there, as the leader is gonna be on his last lap. Very unfortunate for Valoni. He lost 4th place there. He's going to drop back down into 5th, with Kieran in very hot pace behind Valoni now, coming into turn 1 of our last lap, with John Gold in the Xbox following close behind him. His tires are just...
Oh, jeez. It's just when you fall off that cliff, you don't know when it's going to happen, but it can happen at any turn.
Oh, man, and fall off.
It seems
They did, unfortunately.
There's a lot of drivers with the same setup fell off on the same lap.
Oh man, that's just a very unfortunate, just tiniest little of wheel tap, and in these open wheelers, unlike last season's lineup, they do not take kindly to a little, even the slightest bit of bumps, especially if you hit that well, any wheel in an open wheel, and is that John Gold spinning off again?
Yes, yes
Oh
it
man,
is.
he's gonna have to. Oh no, and then Kiernan's gonna go off as well on the
I got
very last
distracted.
lap. Oh, and he's gonna give it a little bit too many beans trying to get off that grass and see if he can have a
Oof.
decent return. He's gonna fall all the way back to 8th. That's gonna be ninth. Misha is all of a sudden looking for
Bud,
a last minute pass before our final turn, sir. I'm not sure if that's going to happen or not, but
I don't know if his tires are gonna make it. He could barely make that last turn, so
those tires have got to be absolutely cooked as P-Man is thinking he wants to play some Xbox One, but he's only got this last turn left, and that's not going to
got
be
it.
in his favor. So we've got Dragster racing his own race, coming in first. Thor Prime, shout outs to Thor Prime, moving their way all the way up into second. Ben B is going to hold the line and take third podium. Meanwhile, Kevy Duty is going to be in fourth, Valoni fifth, John is going to take sixth. P-Man makes his way all the way back in the back up to seventh. That's a decent. I know you were talking about how he needed to at least catch fifth. I think seventh is quite commendable there.
Yep,
Uh,
yep.
Devon is going to take eighth. Kieran, after those bad slip outs, is going to fall back to ninth. Beach, I had some just bad race luck. Back at 10th. The Misfit, everybody just having a difficult time finding the grip that they needed throughout the race there and not overcooking these tires, I feel like. This Misfit is going to fall back to 11th. So, very,
Very mixed bag, right?
yeah, it seems like quite the car to wrangle. Quite the, well, yeah, again, a nice edge. And these cars seem very much like a nice edge. Either you're on or you're off. There's no real coming back after you've slipped off the edge.
Yeah, and I think our big winner was Thor Prime coming from P7 to P2, so
Yeah,
the
shout out
most
to Thor Prime there. That's a hell of a race you had there, bud.
he, he definitely benefited from all the spin outs and remaining calm. I don't know. Oh, he was following Kev Duddy and he was tailing him, but he kept it calm and pulled out a P2 plus 13 seconds. It's not good enough to challenge Dragster, but good
But
enough for good
a hell
points.
of an effort.
Yeah,
And I mean, you got to wonder. I don't think obviously Dragster had any slip ups, any slide outs. I wouldn't think with how far
no,
ahead of the
no
pack and on
competition.
pace
Yeah,
he was. And I'm wondering if Thor Prime had any slide outs as well now, because
possibly with Kev. Maybe he was the one that knocked out P-Man
possibly,
to get that
po-
front grid.
possibly, because
I don't
honestly,
know who did it.
I almost want to say that every single other driver down the row had at least one lock up, slip out, slide off, something. I mean,
Yeah,
everybody was having a little bit of an issue to try to keep these tires, these slicks, actually under control, under temperature. I'm sure.
I think if you did a good job the first half, you were struggling with the second half, and except for Ben being in the top three, to be honest, they just kept it under control.
Yeah, but even I think even Ben saw at least some grass or a guardrail at some point and was able to recover and obviously catch himself a podium there.
Yeah, Ben B was P5, so he jumped up.
So, but you know, first first
Oh,
race of the new season. I'm sure everybody is well, probably having at least a little bit of a not wake up call, not learning experience, a transition from what the
a reality check.
previous. Well, these cars are as compared to last season's cars are
They're
just
no joke. Yeah, they're no joke.
it's a completely different season this month, and it is the very first of the month, and yeah, it's a lot different in these statuses.
Yeah, last season we were dealing with tenths, now we're dealing with thousandths, and these cars do not like the grass at all.
No, and I mean, like I was saying about the Capri and Donut just drifting everywhere, and
Yeah,
obviously you're not doing that here in the Tatis. Unfortunately, we don't have Donut racing with us tonight, but just to give an example there, you know, that's your I guess
the
maybe
margin,
the closest thing was the Porsche, but yeah,
yeah, the margin for error is very low, and a lot of people have some adjustment to do. So,
yeah,
and adjustment for other drivers driving around them, you really have to lift up a lot sooner than you anticipate compared to the
yeah. The
to
tire,
last season. You could give a friendly bump, but with these, it's not so friendly anymore.
yeah. I don't know. Is there even such a thing as a friendly bump in these cars in these
There's
open
bump
wheelers?
draft. Bump draft is a thing,
That's true.
and and I know they did it in open wheelers.
So,
So yeah, there is a friendly bump, but I don't think we have teammates on this grid,
well,
especially not after first race.
yeah. Let's see. We definitely don't want Van there, so let's just kind of way back of the order now that we're in our reverse grid here. So we got Rojas back 12th, Misfit in 11th, Misha in 10th, Kieran 9th, Devon gonna take 8th, P-Man 7th, and then John Gold up in 6th there before we get to our reverse. Gonna see Dragstered all the way back in 5th, Thor Prime up in 4th, Ben B's gonna stay sturdy in 3rd, Heavy Duty 2nd, Baloney in 1st. So let's see what Dragster can do.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna like the mid pack, but he's a crafty driver.
This first straightaway here, although we were at the starting line, it's a long track and there's I mean if you get a solid start, which Dragster had a great start last race, so I'm expecting similar results here. I mean he could shoot himself up to first before we barely even get to T1, if not into first over towards the inside there, so he can maybe play a nice little cut, and I could see him shooting himself right up into first here in the very first lap. So
Yeah, anything is a possibility. So we'll see. Race coming up in 10 seconds.
I'm just gonna have to keep it on Dragster. He's in fifth.
Yeah, stay on Dragster.
That's solid middle of the pack here.
If anything, we'll see some great passes.
Actually, it doesn't have the greatest of starts. John Gold and
Oh,
what is that? P-Man behind is gonna have a very nice launch off the line there and shoot right up
very
in
clean.
front. We got a nice first turn. Everybody's staying, giving everybody
The,
room,
the
staying in
respect is now
line.
back. Yep.
It's looking good. Let's see if we can keep it going around. Second
Wide.
turn is looking
Yeah.
very nice. Few position changes there. John's going to shoot up into fifth. P-Man back in to 6. Dragster's giving him some high contention there. Gonna
Oh,
go a
just what we wanted to
little bit
see.
wide there, but they're about wheel to wheel. Oh, John's gonna have a slight little lock up, little twist, but keeps it steady. Dragster with a nice maneuver to take back over 6th place from P-Man. And it's going to follow right in the line behind John Gold in 5th, who's giving Kevy a little bit of a run for his money.
Yeah, seems like a lot of people got a really good start, and we did curse Dragster by making him lose 2 positions.
We might have it was not the greatest start off the line. Not terrible, but we saw
I expected
P-Man
more.
just, yeah, you know, he's going to have a
But P-Man
little bit of
knows
a
who he wants
late
to
offline
overtake.
break there. It's okay, still falling back in his line. Kevy's going to go a little bit wide there, maybe giving John a slight look. John's going to have a decent drag off of Kevy on this straightaway. Might make an inside maneuver here on T1. We'll see. Has a nice late break.
Oh,
Kevy
John with the
gonna
move. Let's go, John.
pull the outside. Let's see if could
Nice,
play
very
some
clean.
solid defense here as P-Man is putting pressure up on the
Oh,
dragster. Kevy and John still not exactly sure who's got 4th place and who's got 5th. We'll see.
John left the door open,
Woo! Woo!
closed it halfway. Oh,
That
very
is a
brave.
tough line for Kevy. He's gonna now be battling for his spot in 6th. With
Haven't seen
Dragster
anyone
moving up
overtake.
in the, whoa, wow, nice job on avoiding the collision. All the drivers have clearly learned a great deal from that first race. Very, if not zero contact I've seen so far on this first race,
Yeah, very
especially
nice.
compared to the first. So, good job on the racers there.
The learning curve is high, and I think everyone got a feel for the cars. So
Yes. Everybody's starting to respect the Tatis a little bit more.
but I was gonna say, when did you ever see someone pass on the inside of that turn for Kev Duddy or on John Gold? I think it cost him around 3 positions, but
Oof.
because there was such tight racing. But that was very I don't know what to call it. Brave.
Speaking
Maybe
of brave,
maybe someone made that move this year. Oof, very
there's
tight
a
race.
wheel to wheel.
Kevy giving a P-Man a run for his money. And you want to be on the inside here so you can better exit and set up for the next turn.
Oh, wow. Good job on these racers
I
avoiding
think that
contact.
was a bump draft.
It might have been a little slight. Kevy Duty's actually going to give up 2 spots there as P-Man moves into 6th, Vaughn up into 7th.
Kevy's playing a long
Solid
game.
driving.
I respect it. Don't crash out. Just let them crash out on their own. If you got the speed, it's gonna pay off.
We've got a decent, what is this, 5th through almost 11th. The entire pack still after 3 laps is staying in very close battles.
Folk.
And it's actually, it's a tight race. Everywhere we've got Ben, only 1.5 seconds behind first place Coloni. Thor Prime in 3rd, slightly behind with John in the Xbox. Catching up pretty quick there. Dragster in 5th, close behind it. Oh no, Thor's gonna have a Very unfortunate lockup. I'm so sorry, buddy. I hope that wasn't the commentator's curse.
I think he had like
Oh man, I had some high
lap in a
hopes.
row.
He did so good in that first race.
And it's gonna cost him a
Yeah,
lot of
he's
spots.
gonna drop all the way back. This pack is very much packed up. It's
It looks like,
you're not gonna just rejoin it
yeah,
somewhere in the middle. You're gonna have to wait for the entire group to pass there, and that's even if you can get your car turned around in time. Misha gonna pull a move or something happened to. It's like Kieran gonna drop.
yep.
Kieran's gonna drop back down in the 10th. Misfit 9th place. Misha up in the 8th.
Yeah,
Following.
and, you're gonna start to feel some like irregularities in your car around 4 laps in. So
This is where we really started to see some out of whack, out of control, a lot of white smoke action. This is your car starts to get loose, and that line between what's the fastest and what wears the tires the most, and what actually plays defense from the person behind you,
yeah,
starts to come into play.
I say pay attention to all the smoke you see on the screen, because that's gonna cost them later down on the race. We're only on lap 5, so
Yeah.
we're barely halfway through, and people are locking up just to keep pace. So I think we saw, who was that, Baloney locking up ahead, Misha.
Yep.
So that might cost them.
Well, and you have to really. Oh, there's some bad snapback right there from Dragster. It's gonna bump right into John Gold. That's an unfortunate bit of contact there.
Was that John Gold into Dragster?
That was just a bad little snapback. Try to overcorrect, and like I said, knife's edge, and that there it was right there. That was it firsthand.
Yeah, but now we have a P-Man with a lot of open air up ahead, so see if he can make
A lot
up
of open air.
5 seconds.
Oh, well, and there you go. Who's that?
Oh,
That's gonna be Ben that has at least some sort of a lockup. I'm not exactly sure what happened. Spin out, lost control there. P-Man gonna move up into second. Ben in the third, has Devon back and forth right behind. John Gold in the Xbox is gonna be right behind them in fifth. Not sure what just happened to Kieran. That might just set up another lockup. Man, that's the thing. You like once you're spun out and these tires just roast, then that's.
yeah, this race is just about taking care of your tires as much as it's about racing. So it's, oof, a lot of smoke there. John clicked the clutch, kicked the clutch out of him. Yeah, this top 4 is 2 to 5 is just a close grid right now, and then there's 8 seconds to Baloney, which is him running away with it. But does Baloney have the experience to keep it on track? I'll keep an eye out.
Let's see what happens here. We are halfway through this race. Baloney is pulling pretty darn far ahead in his own race there in first, but this second through third, fourth battle is within a second, more or less.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the time delta changing, but it seems like P-Man already cut 2 seconds off from Baloney, so let's see if Baloney starts pushing.
Well, if anybody can take advantage of that open space without having to pass any traffic, I believe it would be the P-Man.
Yeah, I think this is P-Man's area of expertise.
We'll see
And
what
he
kind
hit the
of.
143.826, so
Yep.
that's
So there you go. That's a.
almost a full second ahead of Baloney, but is it 7 seconds worth? Well, we only have like 5 laps, so you do the math.
Yeah. It's any sort of 143 is definitely how you're gonna. Ooh. Make up some time as Devon here is making up serious time on Ben B and looking for an
Like a
opportunity to
Mercedes.
pass here.
Mercedes attacking. Oh, and he stays on the defensive. Great move by
This
Ben.
is just a difference of lines here between these two racers as we go turn to turn here.
This is one.
Devon looking for that opportunity.
There's
This, oh wow. There's going to be a
oof.
move at Devon on the inside of that turn, which is gonna bring him almost wheel to wheel, coming into the long right-hander across
Oh, and he
the second to last
gets ahead.
turn.
Ben's gonna be fighting back for that
Third to last
inside.
turn.
But are his tires there? Are anyone's tires there? No one made the apex.
Well, and then also John Gold here is
On the revenge drive.
catching the opportunity to gain,
So we have
and
a
is
6.5
now, yeah, he's gonna
second
be
difference.
putting pressure on Ben B here. He's gonna catch this draft. Might have a turn one maneuver.
Update on P-Man, 6.5 seconds.
Oh, he's definitely making up some serious time. Oh
Lap difference.
no! Devon is going to have a very unfortunate lockup
Oh,
coming around that big T1.
yeah, and Devon knew at that point he couldn't counter steer, so the best thing to do is stop the car and, well, I guess reorient
Ooh,
yourself.
Ben almost catches a little bit of a slide there. Manages to actually regain it. That was good job not sliding out there. Like I said earlier, these cars, once they go a little bit squirrely sideways, they're not easy to get back on track.
Yeah, and just when you think you have like a good feel for the car, you're doing your best lap times, that's when your tires fall off. So
And that was
I think
about
that's what
all
we're,
that John Gold looks like he's going to need to take that lead.
yeah.
He's going to move himself up into third. We'll see if Ben can... Oh, that's
Oh,
not...
counter steer.
That's... Yeah. Those tires, it's...
You gotta ride the, yeah, you gotta ride the lockup for a second
I
longer.
think he did really well of correcting that last one, but yeah, those tires are apparently a little bit gone. That's going to put Misha up into fourth place, falling about 2 seconds behind John, moving up into third. P-Man in second. Baloney, first place. We have
Okay, up.
Devon and Kevy. Oh!
Heavy with the move,
Nice.
but I don't see it.
Nice
Oh,
job on avoiding contact, but talk about late braking. That is a slam on the brakes and a cloud of smoke from these two. Let's see if that move
update on
sticks, and
P-Man,
that looks
6
like it
seconds.
might. Yeah,
5.5 now.
he's definitely catching up. I'm not sure if he's gonna have enough time to make up another 5.5 seconds, though. We'll see.
It's just information.
Misfit trying to possibly see sixth. That's about. closest contention that we got there.
Yeah, now it's the waiting game. See
Woo.
whose tires fall off next.
Right? Exactly.
They all know it's gonna happen. They all experienced it, so
Well, yep, and look at that. P-Man's now under 5 seconds. So, and
yeah.
and it's just getting faster. I don't know. Does he have him in his Maloney in his sights yet? I think that's still yeah.
He's got him in his
You
sights.
know, it's just about to
As
it's just
soon
about
as
to
you
turn
see that
away.
yeah, everything starts feeling longer. Those last 3 laps
Right?
are that much further. So
You starting to see that big red in the rearview mirror, and you know, it's when you start sweating. Although, is that
oh
in legal track bounds right there? I'm not sure.
yeah, pressure can go both ways. So
Yeah, I
pressure on
know.
yourself to make up that
Oh
time.
no!
Oh, Ben B
Speaking
dropping.
of, Ben might have just had another lockup. Just
Yeah, after a great first race, it's always hard to follow up.
yeah, having trouble controlling these crazy tires.
Don't get a tattoo.
Let's see if Misfit
It's
can get
still
Kev in
waiting.
his sights. See if he can pull some supreme moves here in these last lap plus.
Yeah, this finish order is going to be completely opposite from last race. It's Dragster.
Right?
Where's Dragster? P11 from P1.
Yeah.
Thor, P12 from P2.
Mm-hmm.
Ben, P10 from P3. Kev Duddy,
Man.
P6 from P4. And
Uh,
where's Baloney? Baloney made a gain by keeping his first spot.
yeah.
John Gold, he was
Shouts Velody.
P6, and now he's P3. P-Man, P-Man, where is P-Man? P2, so he was
Mm-hmm.
from P7 last race, so I think he's gonna get the greatest average of points. Devon, P5, and he was P8. Kieran was P9, and now he is P8. Nisha, she was P10, and now she's P4, so a lot of gains.
Speaking of, Misha might be pressuring John for some gold here. For some third place gold. Let's see. Had a very unfortunate couple of mishaps. It looked like their first race, but glad to see
Yeah, it feels like all the mishaps have evened out, so
they
everyone that,
really, yeah, they really got ironed out in that first race, right?
yeah, and the people that didn't have it yet just got unlucky. Final lap. Let's see how much
Let's.
time P-Man's making.
Oh,
6 seconds. Not
oh,
gonna happen unless Maloney spins.
Misfit having a little slide out there. Looked like he almost had Kieran in for a spot. Kieran for a spot. Let's
Yeah,
see.
yeah. As soon as you start pushing the car a little bit further than what you're used to, that's when you get into unknown territory. And
Oh man, this last lap. That's a hell of an outside
great
line there
move
for
by
Misha.
Misha.
Let's see if.
You want to be on the
Oh,
inside
that
on
is
this turn
just door to door
and
there, tire to
get the
tire
control.
almost. Oh no, it's gonna just take too much of an angle there. That
Ooh,
is devastating. Oh, we just didn't commentate. Did a commentator's curse right there.
no, we just saw some good racing, and that's that unknown
Oh
territory I was
no,
warning you
so
about.
sorry on the last lap. the dagger.
Well, at least it
Solid
wasn't John
racing
again.
though. Solid racing. That was
Great racing, respectable. I wish it would kept
very,
going
yeah,
to the last corner.
yeah, right. Very, very respectable. The way to, avoid any sort of contact. That was just solid racing. Door to door, wheel
And
to
it seemed like
wheel.
they were the most evenly matched with Misha taking care of her tires and John,
Yeah,
having all that extra time from using up his tires. So it was
yeah.
all even and out on the last lap, but it's all about balance.
As we finish out our last lap, Valoni is gonna just solidify first there. P-Man taking second. Good job. Shout out to the P-Man. John Gold gonna be in third. Devon fourth. Kevin Duty in fifth. Kieran sixth place. Misfits gonna cross in seventh. Rojas eighth place. Misha ninth. Bad luck. Bad luck. That's what you get for coming in first place for last season.
It
we
evens out.
you just it's that first place handicap that we had to apply just so.
Yeah, if you won first race, you crash second race, and if you won first championship, you're losing this championship.
Yeah, that's just that's that first place added weight. Uh,
Great racing though. I
yeah.
liked it.
Shout
Second race
outs
so much better.
Ben B 10th place, Dragster to 11th. That's
Yeah,
a slight
Ben
fall
and
from
Drag
grace. That's about
deserved
as
more.
I mean, you get first in the first race by a long shot, and then just bad luck in
Thor,
the second coming in last. But
Thor as well. Thor as well.
yeah, shout out to Thor Prime, hell of a race there too.
From P2 to
Uh,
P12.
that was very impressive. Um, but
Well,
yeah,
he was like P9 to P2 to P12, so it's pretty impressive all over the grid.
uh,
All right.
great second race. Great first race. I think we learned something there. Learned
We
learned
all did.
learned how the new cars are handling the season, and second race was just sexy as hell. Shout outs to all the racers, and thank you guys, gals, everybody for coming out, participating, all the viewers. Appreciate you watching. This is the first race of the new season. So actually, here, let me pull up the.
Pull up the poster.
There it is. So yeah, come get Fast and Furious with us every Wednesday.
Yeah, there's still a lot of spots on the grid, so sign up, put your practice in on Monday, say hello to the grid, and yeah, get ready for intense racing. As you can see, um, you do, there is a lot of room for forgiveness, so, or for errors. So as you saw in the first race, we're all learning, and can't wait to see you on the grid.
Yep, join us. It's a lot of fun,
Hell yeah, brother.
and we will see you next week.
See you next week.